inductee is someone who actually probably doesn't know this, but is one of the first dealerships that I visited after I started with Carrier. And it was 20-something years ago. I don't remember exactly, again, what year. Can't keep track of all that stuff. But really made an impression on what all happened in the dealership. And that was the first one I had visited where I knew what all went on besides what I'd heard and what we talked about at the factory on providing, my first job was, before there was a thing called political correctness, they affectionately, I think, referred to me as the literature girl. So back from creating literature and then knowing how the contractors use that literature in the sales process, but I actually got to go out and visit this company in Chicago. So let's take a look at the next Hall of Fame induction video.
Rich has the natural ability as a leader. He's got great skills, very forward thinking in how he looks at the business, analyzes the business. He's an outstanding marketer, promoter, just a great inspiration to a lot of other contractors on how to build and grow a business.
Dykstra started with my grandfather, who worked on coal furnaces mostly. My dad and mom took over the business, and they opened up an appliance store first in Chicago.
And then when air conditioning came along, they decided to get out of the appliance side and focus on furnace and airs.
You look at a company that's been in business for 90 years, and you know that as you're going through the life cycle of a company, either the business goes up because there's a strong owner and then trails off because maybe the next generation isn't so strong, or you just keep ratcheting up, up, up. And that's one of the things that Rich has really done. He's taken this company from here and gone to here as opposed to going the other direction.
When it comes down to business, he's very serious. He knows what he wants to accomplish. He sets a path and he goes after it.
He's certainly a leader within the Chicago market, and the reputation of his company in Chicago is absolutely stellar. The way they take care of their customers and just the way they represent not only themselves but also TEC and Carrier.
I love dealing with customers. I used to run service, obviously, and the best part, going out on a no heat call, their eyes just light up, they feel that heat coming on, and you walk on water at that point.
And Rich has always been pro-Carrier.
Of all the contractors and people that I've had relationships with over my career at Carrier, he's probably one of the most loyal.
If you ask him, I do believe he still has that little blue oval tattooed on his ass.
For all the things that we do and all the things that we go through, he's always been true, always dedicated to TEC, which is a great distributorship that he's been a partner with. Through the various ownerships of his companies, always continued to be loyal, and he really bleeds blue.
He likes the way the equipment runs. He likes the ability to service it. He likes knowns. He doesn't like to be surprised with some of the lower cut equipment. He's actually has carried that even further because a lot of his sales folks, you'll see, always sell mostly the high-end equipment. And he knows at the end of the day, that's what the customer is going to be the happiest with.
From us believing in Carrier being a leader, that if you see them a leader, you see us as a leader, I think you see both of us as leaders in the community. I think if you go around and ask people on the street, if you just walked outside and asked people on the street if they know about us, not in front of our office, but 15 miles away, they'd know about us.
We are working at a business to make money, to provide for our families, but it's just people dealing with people. Trying to keep relationships healthy and be a good motivator, a good leader, not just a boss. That's probably one of the things I've learned from him that's the most important.
In the sports world, they talk about coaches being a player's coach. Rich is an employee's boss. He cares a lot about the employees, and it really shows. It's important that he understands what the employees mean to the company, and the right way to treat them.
Being not just a boss, but a good boss, takes being a good person.
You go into his office, you see pictures of all the different Little League teams that he sponsored through the years. You talk to him about how important his family is in his life. You talk to him about how important his faith is in his life. And Rich is just a complete guy. And when you go through and you talk to Rich, what you really realize very quickly is this is someone who has a passion not just for making money and being a successful businessman, which he is, but he also is just one of those guys that's just a good guy to be around, and is just a good human being.
He is super compassionate and definitely cares about other people more than himself.
A big heart is probably an understatement when it comes to Rich. He gets excited when he helps somebody out and he sees them have success.
He's forever pulling money out of his pocket and loaning people money when they get into an issue. He and his wife do a lot of things with homeless.
It's something where you help people. People need, there's food pantries that will get a load of food and just bring it over there. We tell all our salespeople and all our employees, if you have something you need, let us know. And chances are we'll take care of it. We set aside part of our budget specifically for that.
The things that he does and provides for other people, knowing he's not going to get anything in return, I think is a huge legacy to leave.
To him that's given a lot is expected. That's important to me. You have to get back. And if you help people, you set an example. With my guys, they see that hey, we're doing this one for free. My only hope is that they'll learn from it, and when somebody else needs help, they'll help them. And I've seen it where they do it.
His legacy will always be a leader in the industry. Now it's just a matter of transferring that knowledge that he has to his kids. And that's one of the things that probably is one of the proudest moments in any parent's life, is when their children step into the business and they're able to successfully transfer that knowledge and help them to be more successful than they were.
He's got a lot of good years left in him, so I'm just going to keep grasping all that knowledge and information, and Jenny and I, we're going to work together as a team. And I look forward to the future. I'm excited for it.
What my dad and my grandpa always did is quality as opposed to quantity, and good customer service, and still being loyal to Carrier and the relationships that he's made over the last 30, 40 years. I think as long as we can maintain that, I think that this company will be around for a long time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Rich Dykstra.
Wow, this is a big crowd. A lot bigger than Thursday night bingo, I gotta tell you. All my notes are screwed up, that's good. But that's fine. First, I want to thank David, Chris, Carrier for honoring me with this award. And this is just too cool, it really is. One of my predecessors to the Hall of Fame, I don't remember which one it was, had a great idea, and like most great ideas, we steal them, we'll use them. What he did is, he said, if I start losing it, I'm just going to raise my hand until I get it together. Then I'll put it back down again. I hope not to be waving at you tonight. No promises, though. So, here we go. On a night like tonight, there's a lot of thank yous that are in order. First one is to my Lord, of course, for giving me the strength, health, and wisdom to be able to run a successful business, and giving me the opportunity to be able to help people along the way. And holy smokes, my family, Cheryl, my wife, we've been together for 43 years, and she's always been there with me, never doubted anything I did or said, ever. At least that's what she told me. So, seriously, thanks, babe. And then there's my two kids that are now my partners. You two stand up. Jenny and Rich. Yeah, Jenny's my boss now. We'll see how that works out. Yeah. But seriously, kids, I want to thank you too for putting up with me over the years. But I think we're even. I put up with you too. And then there's my distributor. I'm happy that one of my first TMs is here with me tonight. Did pretty good, but we had to replace him, Skip Mungo. I'll tell you what, Two previous, my inductees said the same thing. The distributor, you wouldn't be here without the distributor. A strong distributor helps you through the business. And I know for sure that I wouldn't be standing here without the classes and training from Skip. Thank you. Last and certainly not least, by a long shot, my employees. My right hand, Scott Amlin. He's been with me for 20 years plus, I think. Long time, lose track. And all my past employees too, past and present employees. None of us would be sitting here tonight without good employees. So make sure when you get home, thank them. I gotta tell you, this is the largest crowd I've ever been in front of. Usually it's Thursday night bingos or a Kiwanis club. And when I was getting ready for this, a young lady at Carrier said, Rich, don't be nervous. Don't worry about it. She says, just picture everybody in the audience in their underwear. I said to myself, she's never seen a heating guy in his underwear. It's not pretty. So I'm not nervous. But seriously, I just want to get one thing across tonight, and you guys touched on it before me, but we have to share. Older contractors, reach out to the younger guys. We've made a lot of mistakes coming up to where we're at. Save the young guys that trouble. If you see a guy struggling, call him. Or if you see a guy that's not doing it right, give him a call too. And try and work him through it. And on the opposite end of the scale, younger guys. Try and find somebody you can talk to. It's critical that you find another heating guy, another contractor, because nobody understands the language of heating guy except another heating guy. Or girl, sorry, Jen. But, I mean, take advantage of the training your distributors give. Join ACA. Take advantage of the classes, because when I was younger, I knew everything. You guys are young, you don't know everything. Trust me. Made a lot of mistakes, but I think we got through it. So, and if you do that, if you get as many classes and take the training, I guarantee you'll be able to work a lot smarter, not as hard, make a little more money, and more importantly, spend more time with your family. Thank you. God bless America.